All right, today we are diving into a really cool communication hack for Portuguese. It's one of those simple tricks that's going to make you sound way more sophisticated and natural. And the best part? It uses a verb tense I bet you already know. So let's get right into it.
I mean, that's the goal for all of us, right? To close that gap between sounding like you're reading from a textbook and just sounding like a real person. Well, today we're unlocking one of the major keys to doing exactly that in Portuguese.
And get this, the secret isn't some brand new complicated grammar rule you have to memorize. Nope. This power is actually hiding in plain sight. It's right there, inside the imperfect past tense. Yeah, the one you learned to talk about what you used to do. Well, turns out it's got a whole other side to it.
That's right, the pretérito imperfeito, as it's officially called, is kind of living a double life. So, besides its day job of talking about the past, it has these two special non-past tense jobs that will absolutely upgrade your conversation game.
So what are these secret powers? Well, they fall into two main categories. First, the imperfect can make you sound softer and way more polite. They actually call this the Imperfeito de cortesia, or the imperfect of courtesy. And second, it lets you talk about hypotheticals, wishes and what-ifs. Let's tackle politeness first.
Okay, so our first power-up is all about being polite. This is how you level up from making a really direct, kind of blunt statement to making a much gentler request. It's honestly the difference between sounding like a tourist and sounding like someone who really gets the vibe of the language.
Okay, check this out. Quero café is grammatically perfect, right? But it can come off as a little blunt, a little demanding. Now, switch that to queria café, and suddenly it's so much softer. It's basically saying, I would like a coffee. See that? It's just a tiny tweak to the verb, but the difference in tone is massive.
Here's another fantastic example. Let's say you're on a street in Lisbon and you need to ask for directions. Instead of the direct pode dizer-me, which is can you tell me, using podia adds this layer of courtesy. You're basically acknowledging that you're interrupting their day, and it just makes the whole thing feel smoother.
And this isn't just for asking for things either. It's also awesome for talking about what you'd rather do. Instead of a flat, prefiro ao teatro, I prefer the theater, saying preferia ir ao teatro softens it up. It means I would prefer to go, which sounds way more collaborative and less demanding,
And you'll see this pattern everywhere. Trazia, passava, dava, these are all imperfect verbs being used for super common, polite requests. Honestly, once you tune your ear to this, you'll start hearing it all the time.
All right, let's move on to our second power-up. This is where it gets really interesting. Beyond just being polite, the imperfect tense opens up this whole world of dreams, wishes, and hypothetical situations. This is the language of what if.
So if you hear someone say, gostava, your first instinct might be, I used to like. But here, it's totally different. It's expressing a wish, a dream they have right now. It's the Portuguese way of saying, I would love to take a big trip. It's all about those things you wish were true.
So here's the key idea. You use this for actions that would happen if only something else were different. There's always this implied condition lurking in the background, It's the reason why it's a what if and not a reality. This is the language of possibilities.
And here is that magic trick in action. On the left, you've got reality, I don't have time. It's just a fact. But look at the right. You get the what-if version. Ia com vocês. I would go with you, but I don't have time. That little verb, ia, instantly flips the whole sentence into a hypothetical world. It's so cool.
And really, that's the easiest way to wrap your head around it. Whenever you see the imperfect tense being used for these wishes or what-ifs, just pop in would or could in your head when you translate it. It's a super reliable little shortcut that almost always works.
So it's pretty clear that the pretérito imperfeito is so much more than just a past tense. It's this incredibly flexible, powerful tool to have in your communication toolkit. It's absolutely your new go-to tense for sounding more advanced and natural in Portuguese.
So let's just recap really quick. You've basically just unlocked two incredible superpowers with one single tense. Superpower number one, you can make all your requests and statements sound infinitely more polite. And superpower number two, you can now talk about all your dreams, wishes, and those fun what-if scenarios.
So, I'm going to leave you with a little challenge. Now that you're in on this secret, what's the very first thing you queria do? What's the first polite request you'd like to make or the first dream you'd like to talk about using this tense? Give it a shot. I promise you're going to notice a huge difference right away.